Michael Stephen Buble is a Canadian singer, songwriter, and actor. Since beginning his career, he has won numerous awards. Buble's breakthrough came about by a twist of fate. He was performing at a business party where he was seen by Michael McSweeney, who was the aide to former Prime Minister Brian Mulroney. He received a copy of a self-financed album and let Mulroney listen to it. From there, Buble performed at Mulroney's daughter's wedding. David Foster, who is a multi-Grammy Award-winning producer and record executive and has worked with artists such as Madonna, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and others, was a guest at the wedding. The rest, as they say, is history. Join us to learn more about this amazing singer who had such an amazing start to his career.
For BC-born crooner Michael Buble, it's all of the above. The 34-year-old multi-Grammy and Juno Award-winning artist went through a well-publicized breakup last year, as the gossip sites all recorded, and as you probably know. But now, Michael Buble's name is also back in the headlines for what he does best, putting his own touch on the great pop standards of our time, including some he's written himself. The Vancouver singer has sold over 22 million copies worldwide, from his self-titled debut in 2003 to It's Time in 2005, and a couple years back, Call Me Irresponsible. Now he's returned with a new collection of songs entitled Crazy Love, featuring his take on 11 standards, plus 2 original songs and a bonus track, a duet with fellow Canadian songwriter Ron Sexsmith on Ron's tune, Whatever It Takes. But today, now, Michael Buble joins me live in Studio Q.
Thank
Sir,
you for having me.
Hello.
Thank you. This is my first. You're my first. This is the first big interview.
Am I your first, really?
Yeah, you're. Be gentle with me.
Well, I know that your tomorrow is Oprah.
Yeah,
right?
tomorrow's the big O.
Yeah. So, so this can only be perceived as foreplay.
Yeah. No.
To extend the metaphor uncomfortably, but that's it. You've been on Oprah before.
I have, but I mean, it's not the same. This time is sort of more about me. And the last time she hid me in a bathroom for 4 hours, and
Oprah hid you in a bathroom.
basically, really, literally, and pulled me out at a friend's party and went like, "Surprise! It's Michael Buble coming out from the bathroom." And this is a little bit different. I'm not going to be hidden in the bathroom this time. And it's weird, you know. I was listening to this comedian, this guy who wrote the book. He's just not that into you,
right?
And I was just on the airplane coming here. I was listening to this guy. And he was actually talking about his first time on Oprah, and that half of his brain and this is so me, and I laughed my head off because it's so me that
right.
For the first 15 minutes of the interview, half of him was thinking, okay, this is a big show, and if I'm just good and I'm affable and talk about the book, and,
millions of Americans will go,
and I have a good chance of selling lots of these books.
Yeah.
But then, and I have the same thing where there's that other half of you that goes, like, what if I just touch her face? What if I just smack her in the top of the head and just see what happens? You know, because there's
YouTube
that part
moment,
of me that,
a YouTube moment.
Yeah, there's that part of me that goes like,
you jump on the couch,
dude. You can do anything.
Yeah.
I swear, in this position that we're in, you're interviewing some of the biggest. You could literally just walk over and just.
So is this a precursor to what you plan on doing tomorrow to Oprah's
Do you know what the
face?
sad thing is that it's going to take all my self-control, and I'm going to guess that most of the interview I won't be listening to half the stuff she's saying, because I'll be thinking like, what if I just go over and just I just touched her tooth?
Well, I mean, it's not like you've been a shrinking violet or away from the media in the last couple of years, but it has been 2.5 years since your last record. New album drops tomorrow. How are you feeling?
Good, man. Really excited and not nervous, actually. So confident in this record, and I don't know. You know, it's always, you always got to prove yourself. Every time you kind of prove yourself over and over again, and you're only as good as the last record. But this time I sort of tried to make a real effort to have integrity, to not care so much about commercial success.
You think you're only as good as your last record?
Yeah.
Good as the last game you played?
I think so. I think so. And the weird thing is on this one is and not to demean my audience, but I thought less about what they would like, and I thought more about making a record that felt. I've talked a lot about it in the press, but I needed to make a feel good record, not a feel good happy summer movie record. I mean, in today's music scene, man, everything is so perfect. It's Pro Tools and Auto Tune and the pitch correction and the what do you call it?
Quantizing.
It's
Yeah.
it's like
So
they basically we put this music onto an MP3, compress the shit out of it,
Yeah.
and we're wondering why we're left with no soul and no feeling. And
Yeah.
I missed it, man. I missed it in a lot of records I listened to. And I missed it in my previous records, and so.
So you've said you're taking more risks with this record than ever before.
Yeah.
Is this in the recording process? Is that what you?
Yeah, I'd say in the recording process and songs I chose.
You know what? Let me get to that.
Yeah.
And let me get this relationship stuff out of the way.
Okay.
Because you know.
Can I get something out of the way before you get that out of the way?
Yeah.
Honestly?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been talked about your box cutter interview.
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob interview 1,000 times. I was sitting with my assistant, and I watched it in the morning that it happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding you, dude. I sat and I can't. I mean, I bet you I speak for a lot of us, but I was so proud to be Canadian. You made me so proud. I'm not kissing your butt.
The Buble charm.
But
that
I'm
we all
telling
know.
you, dude, I sat there and I thought that you handled yourself with so much class, and I probably would have wanted to kill him. Like anyway,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. You made me a big fan.
Well,
you made a lot of us a big fan.
That's you're very. You weren't. Wait a minute. You weren't a fan before that.
I hadn't listened too much before. Sorry, man.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, like you
But
sit
now
and listen to my
if
music in the
you-
kitchen every day. I see you.
listen.
Oh, Michael Bublé's home. I listen.
You know what? Actually, here's my confession to you. I was dating someone,
Yeah.
and she was really into your music.
Yeah.
And so I had to listen to it all the time. She was like,
Sorry, man.
"Do you want to listen to? Hey, we can put Michael Bublé on." And I was like, "Yeah, he's a great guy." And and then we would listen to your music. So I'm very familiar with your records.
You're on Howard Stern now.
Yeah,
They laud you like the.
But
world
you
is-
would have wanted to touch. You would have wanted to touch Billy Bob's face. That's what you would have wanted to do.
At that point, I would have wanted to man.
Okay,
all right, so great.
Let's
moving on.
okay.
Okay.
So you describe.
You're gonna make me cry right now.
Well,
aren't you?
you describe Crazy Love as
Yeah.
the ultimate record about the inevitable roller coaster ride of relationships.
Yeah.
So tell us about this. This is how.
You're not supposed to talk about this. I'm sorry. Man.
Right. What I asked.
It was
Tom Petty
horrible, man. I went through a breakup, and anyone who's ever been through a breakup knows that it's not easy, man. And we were together for 3.5 years, and I loved her very much. And
This is Emily Blunt.
yeah, and man, this business is brutal on relationships and the time you spend away. And we made a huge mistake. I made a huge mistake talking way too openly about the relationship.
It was a very public relationship.
Yeah, both
right?
of us were naive, and we weren't that famous, really. We were it was just sort of happening for both of us, and I think both of us just, naively went, yeah, blah, 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 we're so happy, and we gave away these things, and then you realize later that you start to give away these little things that are only yours, and that the more you give away, the more people expect for you to give away more, and it takes away what's kind of special. And we sort of sabotaged ourselves, I guess, and it was tough on me.
It was the fact that it was as public a relationship as it was that was the undoing of it.
I think there's a lot of factors in the ending of any relationship. I think
so
I was a big factor. I mean,
why were you a factor?
I was insecure, and I was. I think insecurity is a great word. It's such a useless way to be, but I was insecure. I allowed my false self to feed me negative shit and get the best of me, and I was controlling, I think, and not with Emily, with every woman I've ever been with. I think I was jealous and useless, completely useless, I think. And
What are you insecure about?
what are we all insecure about?
Well, and what are
man?
you insecure about?
Well, it's not the same now, because I really did a lot of work on myself. I'm not better, I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely a work in progress. And I think I allowed myself these negative thoughts way too much, and I think I let myself. I overcompensated. Even, man, not just in a relationship, even with the media, I overcompensated in interviews. I tried too hard to be cool or edgy or
Liked.
Yeah, to be liked, and the worst thing that happened to me in my life was the breakup. I mean, the toughest thing I ever went through was that, and the best thing that ever happened to me was the breakup. Because at one point I sort of took it as an opportunity to be honest with myself, and that's something I don't think I ever was. I looked in the mirror and I said, I don't like you, basically. I don't think I had enough respect for myself, and It's weird. This is a difficult interview for me to do right now. I just had to look at myself and sort of know that I could be a better man, and that at 33 years old, this was sort of, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not 22. I can't keep making excuses. I needed to sort of look at myself in the eye and try to find out what was wrong, or what I didn't like, and to try to make it better. And so I talked to therapists, and I always thought that was crap. I never really believed any of that was real, and but it was really good for me. I even started buying books, and I picked up this book by this guy Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now. And for me personally, it was awesome. I really got to start practicing being the person that I wanted to be, and it gave me peace, I guess. And about a year ago, I was sitting with my manager Bruce Allen, and I just it had started to really come together for me. And I started.
What do you feel like you're gonna? First of all, in terms of the demons or the way the insecurity was expressing, are we talking about infidelity? Is that what we're talking about?
No. I think that the truth is about that whole thing is that people, there are parts of my relationship in my future and my past that will always be completely private. And really, people think they know the truth about.
And they don't.
They don't. They really have no clue. But you know what though? It has, of course, that has a thing to do with every relationship, and there was just so many. It's weird. I think it's as simple as this. If you don't love yourself, this sounds like such a cliche, but if you don't love yourself, it's going to be difficult for you to really love other people if you don't respect yourself. The same thing.
But you're a smart guy. Like, here's the questions I get. You're a smart guy. The big level of fame that you've gotten, and we've even talked about this in the past, has come a little later in life. Like, you haven't been. It didn't happen to you when you're 17. So, how did you not know that about or how did you avoid inoculating yourself from the dangers of fame? That we always hear about. And how will you do it now?
Well, obviously I didn't. I've been slapped in the face by stupid things I've said and stupid things I've done, and I didn't inoculate myself. I think that I don't want to make it too simple, but I think that I just need to be who I am, and I think for the most part I'm a nice guy, and I got a good family who love me a lot and have taught me to be good with other people. And I think it came to a point where I was, listen, man, when my first record came out, the record company basically went, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the grandma crooner, the mom, moms and grandmas will love him. And they put this guy out and on paper who was this wonderful, sweet, likable, lovable, affable, he loves his grandfather. Right. And that partly was me, but there was a big part of it that wasn't me. Yeah. There was, I was this young, egotistical douchebag who, was insecure, yet confident, yet, there was different parts of me, and I was young. I was young, and I liked to fight, and I liked to play hockey, and I liked football and porno and books about war.
In that order.
I got an average house and a nice hardwood floor.
Part of the reason we're talking about it is because you've volunteered. Not to exactly have this conversation right now, but you're being open about this. Tell me about the decision to want to, not just in your music and song, but you could be walking around right now saying, well, the album speaks for itself. I'm done with that topic. I don't. But you're talking about this whole process. You've got, you just said douchebag. I'm quoting. You said, I think I've grown up a lot. I think there's a difference between being a ladies' man and a douchebag.
Totally. Yeah.
So, tell me about why you've decided to open that side of you up to the world.
Well, I've always been pretty open. You can't hide, I don't think. I think if you think you can fool people, you might for a little while, but you have to give people more credit than that. I think their instincts will tell you that, you're who they thought you were. And so this is me. And like I said, I'm not perfect, but I sure like myself a lot more. I have a lot more respect for myself. I have a lot more self-control. I don't think I'm reckless. I think maybe it took me too long to realize that, you need to be careful of people's hearts and feelings and all of those things. And you know.
All right.
I'm glad. Listen, man, I'm glad I found out now at 34, which I find is late, but it's better than being 60 years old and being alone. And
But this is a process, right? You can't figure it all out in a year.
no, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
And I know it sounds really terrible to say, but it helped me in a big way on this record because
Yeah.
of the way I felt, and it was a lot easier to really mean what I said when I sang these songs. Because for me, it was, you know, really emotionally close to the surface. And
Now, let me ask you about the way you take that emotion close to the surface and actually present it in the studio. Because, so as I understand it, you made the case, much to the chagrin of David Foster, that you want to sing, you want to make these recordings live off the floor, old school, the way Sinatra did. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm imagining is one microphone, you in front of it, and then the band, everybody's sort of behind you doing this live, right?
yeah, as much as you can. Sometimes you can't put strings at the same time, but yeah, you put the horns and you put the rhythm.
Everybody's
section
in the
and
studio.
Everybody's in the studio playing. My first recording was at the Warehouse in Brian Adams' studio in Vancouver, and that was me with this Naturally Seven band, and we had 3 hanging mics, us around, no cans, because I don't think, well, you know, you're a singer, you can't. It's hard to get relative pitch with cans on.
You usually leave one off, maybe.
So we had no cans, and we had my rhythm section sitting about 5 feet away, and we did about 4 takes, and took the best one. And I don't think Foster loves the record. I think there's stuff he really
likes
likes.
perfect.
Yeah.
And you can't make a perfect recording if you're recording it live off the floor like that.
David took a risk with me, because when I sat with him in Vancouver the first night, he said, "So you even want to work with me?" And I said, "Yeah," because he knew what I wanted to do. And I said, I've told this story lots, but I said, "Yeah, man, this is, I want this thing to be so authentic and organic, and I need it to have presence, and I don't want it to be too slick." And he said, "Well, that's what I do, man." And I said, "BS, man." I said, "You're the greatest producer in the world. Don't tell me." I said, "Is it that you won't, or that you can't?" And he took the journey with me, and he did it my way. And I hope that I know that there's things he loves about the record, and I know there's things he doesn't. But I think that in time, I hope that he really realizes that he's done a great thing, and he's a master of disaster. That guy's the best.
Not only, so that's one of these songs that you did live up. That's you standing in front of a microphone.
And that's rock. No, I didn't sing. I sang that later, because I hadn't, when I recorded that the tracks, I hadn't finished the words yet.
Okay, so that one's a little separate.
That one's a little separate.
But
yeah.
that is one that you co-wrote, right?
Yeah.
Now you've got, Michael, you got a pretty good track record with the songs that you write, right? You do a couple a record, you're like George Harrison, but then you knock it out of the park. So Everything and Home off the last record were both #1 hits. Both songs you co-wrote. Yeah. So the natural question that begs an answer is, why would you not just make a record of original tunes? Why still do cover tunes or of standards? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but since you seem to have a facility for writing.
I wanted to be special when I was a kid, and I felt like the standards were special for me, and it was sort of my way of not following the pack. It was my way of sort of being different. And some people want to be punk and emo or whatever, and this was my way of sort of being different, and I fell in love with it very naturally. And I worked for 10 years. I was 16 years old. I started working in the nightclubs, and I struggled here, even in Toronto, and I struggled to get signed and all of that. And now that I've become signed and I've had success making the music I love, I think I would be absolutely crazy to turn around and then make a pop record and be no different than every other pop singer out there. I mean, I try not to fool myself, and I mean, there's a reason why people are filling up arenas all over the world, and I don't think it's because I'm writing the greatest pop songs that ever lived. I think people are coming to see something that isn't being done anymore. I interpret these great standards, and I do it to the best of my ability, and I love entertaining, and I love doing it, and it's a part of my blood, and it's who I am. And
are you more comfortable with what you do now? Now, and what I mean by that is, first of all, you're a great performer.
Thanks.
I mean, anyone who's seen you, like you're a magnetic guy. People watch the show, and they can't take their eyes. You're just you come alive on stage. You have a very fine voice, but you have not always been even comfortable with the music. I remember you and I went going to a movie once together that your sister was in, right?
Crystal.
And the soundtrack was really cool, and you were like, yeah, see, this is a cool soundtrack. They wouldn't include any of my songs. Like you were kind of taking the piss out of your own music, you know, which is charming, but it suggests that you sometimes even have a struggle with your own stuff. Have you come to terms with that? Are you comfortable now being the guy that you just made fun of the grandmas and mamas? That image that.
Well, I'm not comfortable with it, and that's why I'm trying to grow. You know, because it's. Listen, man, I didn't get a choice, you know. I wasn't worrying about that. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be poor my whole life, and I'm going to probably go work on the fishing boat with my dad if I'm lucky, and I'll do whatever they tell me to do. And on that first record, I mean, there's stuff that I did, and of course, I had questions about its credibility and its cheesiness, but I did it. I did what I had to do, and as we start kind of coming forward, like that's why I said to you at the beginning that I've really tried to have integrity and tried to think less about what's. I'm trying not to think to myself, okay, what does the mass market need right now? You know, I tried to choose songs because I really loved them, because I knew I could take them and make them special. And okay, you know, listen, I'll tell you, I'll be frank. I fought the fight, man. I said I want to do this duet with Ron Sexsmith, and most of the people in my life went, "What are you talking about, man? Like, you know, I don't know this song." And here in Canada we know Ron, but in other places
Not really,
whatever.
no.
And
Yeah,
I was going, "Listen, you don't understand. This guy is beautiful. Like, this is an artist.
Yeah.
This is a great artist. This is a singer-songwriter that I wish I was." And to do, you know, work with the Dap Kings, the same thing. Like, people were like, "What the hell? What do you mean the Dap Kings? That has no Buble and the Dap Kings and Sharon Jones." And I just wanted to be me. I wanted to. It's hard to do.
Well,
you know what I'm
I
saying? I feel
applaud
like
you
I'm
for
going in
the
circles,
you know
but
the stuff the not being afraid of the mistakes and doing the live. I mean, it is really hard in the business now to avoid the quantizing, the Pro Tools, the fixing, the perfection. You know, and I like the fact that someone like David Foster is actually really open about it. You know, he says, I pitch corrected Neil Young on Tears Are Not Enough. What? You know, but that's the way Neil sings. You know, so for
David Foster sold 500 million records. So I mean, I always say to David, I'm like, well, yeah, nobody likes you but all the people. It's like,
but it takes a lot of courage, and I believe you that you want to, that you're in for the fight to do the music
too.
that has integrity for you, and good on you. And
I'm scared too. You said, "Oh, you're not scared." I'm scared. I mean, of course, I'm scared. I'm scared that all those people who listen to the first ones and love the softness, are going to hear this and go like, "Whoa, that's different."
See, I think your hunch might be right, that people don't focus on the mistakes, that it actually enriches the music, like every Elvis Costello record ever made, right?
Totally.
So I want to play another song for us as we go out. Good luck on this. Now, you
Thanks,
mentioned
man.
the Dap Kings, Sharon Jones, she's been in here in the studio, and she's just a fireball of energy.
Totally.
So I want to play Baby, You've Got What It Takes. Tell me about this before I set this up for us.
Yeah, man. The first time I met her, I fell in love with her. I mean, she's this is one of the greatest entertainers in the world. Great singer. Previously, of course, a guard at Rikers. I mean, come on, this woman.
Prison guard.
Yeah, prison guard. She was telling me these stories about. And then this guy peed on me, and I'm like, oh my God, I love you so much. And went to the studio, and the booth was just basically filled with scotch and smoke, and I had a blast. I don't remember most of it, but I know it was fun.
Now, is this one live? Is this one?
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is the 8-track, dude.
This is to 8-track.
This is the 8-track.
All right, which is not a way that most people
Me and
record
Bob
these
Rock were sitting going, this is so cool. 8-track, oh my God.
Michael Buble, good luck on Oprah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's great to don't
Please,
touch
man.
her face
Thank you.
unless
I
she
need not
asks
to.
you
Yes.
to. And thanks for your candor, and it's great to see you.
Thanks
Best
for
of luck
having
with
me,
those.
dude. Thank
All
you.
Michael Bublé's fourth studio album entitled Crazy Love is out now. He joined me live.
Buble moved with his agent to Los Angeles to try to convince Foster to sign him. The men eventually reached an agreement. Foster would produce an album for him if Buble raised $500,000 to cover the costs of production. In spite of raising the money, Foster ended up covering the cost of production under his own label with no outside assurances. After Paul Anka, a personal friend of Foster's, gave Buble his stamp of approval and support, Foster agreed to produce his debut album. Buble was also able to get Bruce Allen to sign as his manager. His first studio debut album, Michael Buble, was released on February 11, 2003 by 143 Records/Reprise Records. The album is a mix of songs from different eras and styles. It went to the top 10 in Canada, the UK, and South Africa. It reached number 1 in Australia as well. The album reached the top 50 on the Billboard 200.
You know, I never leave anything on the table, ever, when I come off stage. I promise you, it's not...
You know what, Mike, I've seen you on several occasions, and it's always get that same energy from you.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, that is, I think, why you have such a huge following. There's a live, and then there's a buzz about it, the word of mouth, because you're great live. You're fun.
I love it.
You're not
I throw
just some
parties.
guy standing there for 20... The first time I went to see Mike, what, about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
I was dragged to the show by my wife. I'm like, oh, great, he's going to see a Sinatra wannabe for whatever. And he just blew me away because you're fun.
Thank you so much.
You know, he gets it, and so I think that's the big reason for a lot of your
Thank
success.
you. Yeah, I used to make a joke in the show and say that what did I say? I used to say
You
my
drag
job,
the guys, right?
I'd say, yeah, my job was just to put a little bit of air in the tires and you guys go home and ride the bike home.
That's right. But it would help if you could get me this look here, Mike.
That's so photoshopped.
This
That
is blue
so
steel.
photoshopped.
How do you get this look? If I want to go home tonight and want to throw that at her.
Get a great photographer and...
Can you
The
throw a little
truth
blue
is, man,
steel
no,
at us?
because you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's not me making one look. That's them saying dance around and do stuff and oh god,
Yeah.
it feels.
They capture
You know,
good
take
moments.
photos.
Yeah.
Is the only part of my job that I truly detest.
Is that right?
You don't like that part? You don't like
Detest.
posing?
Wow, I thought it was just me.
I hate it. They know too because when they, you know, when I go and do press or say a newspaper interview or something, and they say whatever the USA Today, and they say, all right, well we need a photo shoot. The publicists that I have know that. They'll say to the cameraman, you have 2 minutes, or that's it. I mean, I think it's so cringy, the whole posing. You know, I know women are better
I hate
at
it too, Mike.
My wife gets on the red
Exactly.
carpet. My
Yeah.
wife gets on the red carpet,
yeah.
and she just starts
That's like Christine.
fiercely doing all this stuff, and I don't know what to do with my. I feel like you ever seen what's his name, Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights when they first interview him, and he doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Right.
That's kind of how I feel in front of the camera.
You're okay like this, though? Like the
With
whole
this, well,
interview
we're
process?
we're
and-
talking.
Yeah.
You know what?
Talking.
We need more questions because all I'm seeing here, Mike, on our live chat
or
is,
like, I'm in love
wow,
with
he
you.
is handsome. I love listening
we know
to
he's
him.
incredibly
When is the
handsome.
best
Wow.
time to visit your beautiful hometown of Vancouver?
There you go.
Well, Vancouver's a beautiful place. And you know what? If you come, I would say if you come in about August, it's probably one of the most beautiful places you'll ever see. I would say voted the #1 most livable city in the world. Mountains in your backyard and ocean in your front. Come to beautiful Vancouver. We welcome you.
Thank you for the public service
Yeah,
announcement.
no
That
kidding.
was
I'm
good.
sure. I hope they pay me.
Carmina Romano says she's really curious. Do you sing along to other songs that you hear? And is it hard for you to remember the lyrics of your own songs that you sang years ago?
I just forgot the lyrics to Home.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
We know
Oh
it
my
really well
God.
because we played
Really?
here at Light FM.
I did. I
Yeah.
did a show.
It's
I did a
good
show in
sing-along.
Italy, and I just blanked out.
Oh,
I
you
started singing along, and I love lots of music.
Just
I
casa.
love lots
Replace
of
it with
music.
casa when you're in
Yeah,
Italy.
I love. You
My
know what?
casa. No.
Mi casa, su casa.
You win 'em
muy
over.
feliz porque estoy aquí con ustedes.
Look at that.
Oh, he's learning
Are you
Spanish.
picking Spanish up because of your adorable Spanish wife?
Yes, I'm picking.
You
Spanish.
are, huh? That's
Nice.
good. So she can't talk behind your back
Muchas
anymore?
gracias.
With the mother-in-law?
Es mi placer. Yeah, no, I am.
Have you won over the mother-in-law? Is she?
Oh, my Betty.
Okay, Betty.
Betty is.
Yeah.
I'm. You know what? I got very lucky. I didn't just marry a beautiful woman, but I married a wonderful. You know what? I asked my mom and dad once. I said, "You've been together for 35, 38, 40 years now." And I said, "What's the secret, Dad?" And he said, "You know what? I love your mom." He said, "But I like her even more." And
That's
so
it.
I
Are you
figured
making a home in Argentina now? With
No, we have a home in
You
Buenos
have-
Aires. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we live there, and we pretty much live. You know,
Yeah.
we're living in New York now
Okay.
for a week.
For a week.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna come and do press.
Welcome.
So.
But if you were to say when you go home after the tour, where's that?
After this, I'll go home to Vancouver to see my family and spend about 8 days, and then I'll be off to Buenos Aires to go and see my wife because she's gonna have she's going to have the baby in Vancouver, so the last point she can travel, I guess, because you can't travel.
Oh, you want a little Canadian baby?
She's going to come to Vancouver, yeah.
You want to be Canadian?
Yeah, her whole family's coming. It's crazy. She's got, I mean, her whole family and friends. It's going to be beautiful.
That's great.
A bunch of Argentinians and Canadians all. Yeah.
That won't be loud. No.
Again, a
won't
lot
be
of
loud at all.
drinking and not me drinking.
Mike, are people still buying CDs? Because I'm reading on a lot of the messages, they're buying it on iTunes and everywhere else. But as far as the hard CD sales, isn't that what you want to see? I mean, isn't that like
No,
for
you know, I
count?
think that the physical copies, that's awesome. I mean, I love the fact that I mean, in a business now where, I mean, a lot of artists, of course, aren't selling physical copies. It's I take it as a huge honor that people are going in and buying the physical copy and that they like the package and
Because they want the whole album,
That's
and
why you
not
have
just
to
a
buy
song.
I think that's
right.
what it is. I think that a lot of times when people buy, a lot of these records are singles with a
Right.
with a filler.
Right.
You've got a couple good songs and then the rest is filler. And I love the fact that I get to record. I mean, I get to raid the world's greatest jukebox and make a record that, it's cliche again, that
Yeah.
I'm so proud of. That people, there's no, we always talk. Me and Bob Rock, the producer, always say no skippers.
Okay.
You can't have skippers.
Which
Every
means
song,
Nice.
fast
everything's got to be special
Yeah.
and different and unique and all.
Who
that,
else?
so.
Was there anyone other than Reese that you did a duet with?
Yeah, Brian Adams we did
Oh.
a duet with, who's awesome. I always wanted, I mean, as a Canadian kid growing up, Reckless was the first record I had when I was 8, and him and Jim Valance were these great writers, and so having them co-write with me and do this song just was a lot of fun. One of those kind of full circle moments where,
Yeah.
as a Canadian kid, you think, wow, I can't believe this is happening. And I had a group called Naturally 7. And if those of you
Remember
don't know
that?
Naturally 7,
They
go
toured
check
with
out
you, right?
YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're my support act. But I'm trying. I mean, I wanted to create a subculture with these guys because they do something that I've never seen anyone else do. And so check out on YouTube. Go and look at Naturally 7.
After this show, not now,
there's a
maybe
film with
after.
them on a
Yeah.
subway, which is a subway in New York, which is absolutely incredible. And then I have a group called the Papini Sisters, which are like,
Yeah.
they're kind of like today's Andrew Sisters. And I had all of these great kind of people working with me. I called Paul McCartney's boys to have a lot of them play in the studio. I had the Dap Kings, who are, if you don't know who the Dap Kings are.
No.
Have you ever heard, I'm sure you have, you've heard Amy Winehouse's Back in Black
Yeah.
record?
Oh.
Well, they're the band for Amy.
Fantastic.
So they have that great, wonderful retro sound. I mean, we
Yeah.
actually recorded to tape so we could have that authentic, great, old school feeling. This is gonna, you gotta take this with a grain of salt because I'm an artist and every artist you ever interview says the same thing. But this is easily the greatest record that I've ever made. Easily. I mean, everyone says that. They
No,
always
but
say this is the best,
I
but
see that.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's organic and it's honest and
I think
but
it's saying a lot,
I'm not
but if
trying
you-
to
if you
reinvent the
feel that
wheel.
way.
I just wanted to make it feel really good.
You look like you feel great about it. You've got 4 original songs on here.
Yes, I do.
Right?
Yes, I do.
Along with some classics. And we didn't get to answer the second part of Carmina's question.
Sure, huh?
When you sing along to a song,
Yeah.
what's the type of music you sing along to?
Oh man, I love. It's funny. I love everything. I mean, I just got Blake Shelton's new record. I downloaded on iTunes, and I think that's his best record too. I like the Sheepdogs. A lot of Canadian bands.
The Sheepdogs?
The Sheepdogs are great. I mean, they just played a single on the Junos that was so
they
good.
Bangs,
God, Billy Talent. There's even I know it sounds weird, but there's this Cher Lloyd song that I really like.
Which one was
Do you know
that?
what I'm
I have
talking
daughters.
about?
I know Cher
Do
Lloyd.
you know what
I
I'm
Still
talking
Want
about?
You Back?
Yeah, I love that song. I
Yeah.
love the little.
Yeah.
You
You should cover
that. I want you back. I want you back. I want to go on. I want
I
you.
like it.
Yeah, I got to know her a little bit because I was on the year I was mentoring the year that her and One Direction were on the show and.
Oh, is she a UK X Factor?
Yeah, she's a UK.
Oh, okay.
And I really thought she was a cutie pie. She was great, really cool personality. But I really liked the song. She
Me
looked really
too.
cute in the video, and
Yeah.
I listened to everything, dude. You guys, I listened to everything from. I love. I mean, the reason why I fell in love with Reese in the first place was because I loved Walk the Line. I love
was
Johnny
great.
Cash, and
Yeah.
I love that record he put out before he passed away. God bless him, and we miss you, dude. And
Speaking of movies, have you had some opportunities to do more acting at all, Mike? Or?
yeah, I think that will come.
Yeah, it should.
But I just don't want it to come.
Would you want to do a romantic comedy or a serious? What do you think you'd be interested in?
I think I'd be interested in doing something that was a lot of fun with people that I really liked. I mean, obviously, comedy's something that I'm really comfortable
Yeah.
with, but I think I would guess that the first thing I would do is probably drama.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean,
Well,
but
you do
never,
have that
never at the
dramatic
expense.
look,
You're gonna keep
yeah.
taking the pee out of me with that picture.
It does have
aren't
that dramatic look.
you know,
I can see
you
that.
know,
It was just a moment.
I just don't want to take. I just don't
Swanky
want to.
Buble.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be one of those guys that where the grass is always greener and the actor wants to be a singer and the singer wants to be an actor. I got a wonderful career with beautiful fans all over the world, and I just want to make sure that I show them the respect of showing up in their backyards and playing my music for them. And when I do that, when that's done, then if I have time, I'll go and make the movie. I just don't want
There you
to.
go.
I don't want to be one of those guys that just sort of starts to, you know, it gets
Yeah,
very
yeah.
easy to spread yourself too thin and even to be to confuse people. What is he now? You know. So
Right. Then you
What
lose
is the Michael
core.
Bublé brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the brand?
this is the brand.
There
All
you
right.
go. You're getting your blue steel.
Oh,
by
that's
the way.
it!
Dude.
Wow.
I just pulled the
missed
face.
it.
on you.
Fine.
You know what I find
So
out
what
too,
when he was
funny
doing
is
over there?
I do. My wife makes fun of me because apparently I do pull faces. Like you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
everybody pulls faces
Oh
in their
yeah,
pictures.
yeah.
But apparently so do I.
Oh, you do?
So do I. I do like a weird smile thing where I go like.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know what I
saying
do. I
right
don't know what I
there.
do.
But you're dating a supermodel. Oh, you're married to a supermodel.
She's an
Well, you know,
actress.
she is?
Yes.
I thought she was supermodel. I didn't
I'm
know.
glad
she-
she's on
She's
here,
an
man.
actress. She's
Wow.
She's an
beautiful.
actress.
beyond
she-
So no,
supermodel.
she's an actress in the same way that you would see Penelope Cruz do an ad for. So my wife is the face of like, oh God, what's the hair company? Claro or
So
somewhere,
you
and-
don't
and-
need to work anymore.
No,
I-
I'm saying no. You know what's funny? You say that. I am
No
actually going
kidding.
to. I am actually going to take
You
some
could
time off at
retire
some
right
point
now.
and just let her do movies
Live
and stuff
off her.
like that. Yeah.
You are living the dream. Wow.
Well, Elise
ahead.
wants
He's
to
got a
know,
question.
as a new parent,
Yes.
what's the best bit of advice? And you're, officially almost a new parent, right? Best bit of advice that you've been given so far, because she thinks people are probably just tossing advice at you.
I don't know. I've heard that. I mean, I asked my little sister, and she said that I would learn more in the first 3 days than anyone could teach me in 10 years.
Yeah.
But like I said, I hosted the Junos last night, and as I said,
Last
there-
night?
Well, the night before last.
Okay.
And as I said, no, it was last night. Excuse me. And as I said,
Was it? Does everybody know when he was?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
As I said there too, I said that all of this stuff that's happening to me in my life and my career is it's incredible, and what makes it even cooler is that I'm going to become a dad, and and I have heard the horror stories of people saying that there's like sleepless nights and midnight feeds and poopy diapers,
Yeah,
but
so-
I figure it's like being on tour with Justin Bieber. So it's,
That's because my
I use that
advice.
as
Yeah.
Judas. I'm sorry.
I
love
can't
you,
beat
dude.
that advice.
I love you, my Canadian brother.
That's great. My advice is become a really good fake sleeper. So at 3 in the morning when she's like nudging you, just be stone cold.
Someone told
Yeah.
me the other night.
They'll get up,
An
sooner or
artist.
later.
An artist came up to me in the middle of. Do you know the group Billy Talent?
I don't.
Oh, they're a great Canadian group too. Anyway, we're sitting there talking.
He
about,
knows he's not in Canada now, right? I mean,
These are good.
You know,
these
you're
are
in New
great
York
acts.
now.
Come on.
Okay.
New stuff
Do you know
for us to
Mariana's
discover.
Trench? Do you know Carly Rae Jepsen? All
I
these
will
people?
Carly
Carly
Rae.
Rae, yes.
Anyway,
Call me,
so,
maybe.
So they said
Yeah.
their tips to me were to get a dark light, like you would in a photo
Yeah,
lab,
yeah.
so that when my wife has to breastfeed at night, it doesn't wake me up.
He wants to be
And they
awake.
said something about dirty water, like pickle water or something. That you give if the baby has gas or something, and
They're having fun with you,
Wow,
Mike.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah,
think they know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Trying to protect
Yeah, try
you.
that.
I hope.
All right, so we're getting the big wrap-up sign.
Aw.
I'm not going.
They do
You
that
don't
every
have to
time.
go. Got questions you want to answer? Michael Bublé, to be loved.
Screw that.
out in
I'm here, you
stores.
guys.
Out in stores today. Is there anything else on there you want to mention before we go? We have people checking in from Greece.
They're all saying
From
hi.
all
Listen,
over
I'm gonna
the
just,
world.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you guys.
Okay, here we go.
It's a great record. It's a great record. And I'm sure you'll love every song. But if I were you, I would just stream it for free. You don't have to
Whoa,
buy it.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
Wow, you're
not supposed to say
You
that?
just lost your people. Okay.
Don't buy it!
You got to buy it because, like Mike said, it's not just one crappy single. It's a bunch of great songs.
Is that
okay?
how, I'm so eloquent.
You
the way
should
that
use
I say it.
that, right? It's
You know,
not
you
just
guys,
one
I-
crappy
you know,
single.
I thank you for your support because, God, you've given me the greatest life ever, and I appreciate it.
Buble released a Christmas album in November of 2003 called Let It Snow. The album contained 5 unreleased tracks. In 2004, the Christmas album Let It Snow was combined with his first album, Michael Buble, and released as a 2-disc set. In 2004, at the Juno Awards, Buble won the New Artist of the Year award, and his album was nominated for Album of the Year. He still found time for some acting and appeared in the 2003 film called The Snow Walker. In addition, he portrayed a lounge performer on an episode of Days of Our Lives in 2003. Then in 2004, Buble portrayed himself in an episode of Las Vegas. One of Buble's biggest hits ever was the first single from the album called Everything. It was a more adult contemporary sound than of his typical big band style. The song was released in May of 2007. It reached number 46 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Hot Adult Contemporary Tracks chart and number 10 in Canada. Buble was featured on the CTV television movie called My Musical Brain in 2009 with neuroscientist and writer Daniel Levitin. The show was based on Levitin's best-selling book called This Is Your Brain on Music.
Are you sleeping a lot nowadays?
No. I'm working. I mean, I'm not sleeping a lot. My wife is pregnant,
I
so
know.
it's already started. I mean, I was not long ago. I was in bed here in Los Angeles, and my wife said, like, I want bacon and eggs. Go.
And you have to do it.
And literally at 4:30 in the morning, I drove down Sunset. I went to the Rite Aid. By the way, I've been to this Rite Aid a ton. You guys know what I'm talking about. The one, and it's always seemed safe to me. But apparently, at 5 o'clock in the morning,
It's a little sketchy.
there's sketchy drug addicts and killers everywhere. And it was like the scariest bacon and egg hunt I've ever gone on. Yeah,
You're getting bacon and eggs at Rite Aid?
that was the only place that was open.
Have you tried like a grocery store that's
There
open
was
24 hours?
nothing open.
Really?
No.
Is that Lusana's craving? Is that what she wants?
That day, that's what she wanted. Lately, it's been blood sausage.
Yeah, I read that on the internet and I said, oh my God, is that some weird Argentinian thing or something?
Well, they like in England they have it too, but it's it's just like congealed blood. It sounds gross. The weirdest part is actually is tasty, but I mean, I don't know. It's a contradiction, you know. This whole thing is a contradiction. My wife is a huge advocate for animals. She's rescued over 2,500 dogs alone.
How big is your backyard?
No,
Jeez, dude, seriously.
Yet, of course, all this animal love, and yet she wants to eat cow blood. So I don't.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
I only will save the cute ones. I guess that's about what it's going to be.
Hey, her English is actually really good now, isn't
Her
it?
English is wonderful.
Yeah. And you met her in Argentina.
Yeah, in Argentina, and when I met her, she didn't speak any English, and I didn't speak any Spanish.
And you were drunk at the time, if I recall.
I was drunk most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that story from last time.
Yeah.
You're just stumbling across because like, oh, she looks really good.
No, she was with the guy, and the guy made Brad Pitt look like a fat turd, you know. And basically, I didn't want to hit on her because I thought that they were together. But after copious amounts of alcohol, I found out they weren't together. And by that time, it was probably too late because my wife was texting her mother saying, you know, I come to meet this Buble guy, and he's completely gay. He's hitting on my friend. You know.
Have you guys checked if it's a boy or a girl? Do you know that?
We haven't.
You haven't?
We haven't because it's too early. It's a little bit too early. I think we could find out next week or something. But honestly, I will, even if the kid has both bits.
Yeah.
Just as long as healthy.
Yeah,
as
amen,
long as
brother,
she is healthy.
Right, amen.
I will be happy.
Yeah, you be okay with a he, she. You're fine with that.
Well, honestly, it makes naming the kid a lot easier.
Yeah. And Spanish people have long names anyway, so you can kind of get a couple in there.
Maria Carlos.
Would that...
Maria Carlos. That could be the name.
Have you guys talked names, though?
Yes, we talked names.
Don't give me the name, obviously. But
no, I don't have a name because you know what? She comes up with bad names, and I'm going to fight her for it. This is something that is not going to be easy because she's Spanish, and she comes from a culture where it's like, honestly, where she'll say to me, I like this mic, the name Dirt is so nice. And I say, like, babe, I don't think you know what in English that's not a good name for a baby. Yes, but in Spanish, you know, it means the flower.
Something nice.
Exactly. Yeah. So one of the names that she also came up with is this is a killer because she really thinks she'll look at me and she'll say, you know what? I think I feel UCL moving. And I say, what? And she'll say, UCL is moving. And I'll say, if you think there's a way that my kid is going to be named UCL.
UCL?
UCL, because doesn't it sound like, I don't know, like a member of the Taliban or something?
Yeah.
UCL! UCL! Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't know.
See, I looked at like Argentinian names. UCL wasn't on there, so she might be making that one up.
Read the names
I had Alejandra Buble.
Well, I like Alejandro.
Alfonso Buble.
Reminds me of that kid from Silver Spoons.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Okay. Javier Buble?
Ooh, reminds me of a killer from a movie. I like that.
Jorge?
I like Javier. I don't
What about
mind Javier.
Jorge? Jorge Buble.
Too close to what people used to call me.
Really? Left off the hay, did they?
They did. They
Okay,
left off.
there you go, buddy. Guadalupe Buble.
Ooh, Guadalupe, me gusta mucho. It's all marvelous, and I'm as excited to just be part of the whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm obviously not pregnant, but I love that I can somehow be involved.
Are you ready to change diapers? Have you practiced?
I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I don't love poo-poo. And I've watched my sister doing it with her kids and stuff. And when they're really little babies, and it's almost like, it's cute poo-poo, but I noticed as they get older, it's really like man poo-poo.
So you're kind of in the spot that I was, not to put this on me or anything,
Yeah,
but
no,
we're
please.
kind of, you know, I was about your age when I first had my kid, 44 now, so my kid's like 5.
Yeah.
So a little bit older than you. And you're not prepared for it, and you don't know how it works, and the kid comes home, and you don't know how to get it to poop, and sometimes it's backed up, and you have to do things. Are you ready for that? You may have to.
Are you serious?
Yeah, to start it up.
Are you serious?
I kid you not. The doctor told me you got to kickstart it.
You're kidding me.
I kid you not.
It's
He
actually,
goes,
there's like an actual, you just did it with your fingers.
I
so there's-
did.
There's an actual push
Yeah.
and pull start or
it's
something?
not. There's no cord.
There's no cord.
But yeah, you don't have to prime it.
No, I'm
but
not
you gotta
ready for
kickstart
that
it.
stuff. I don't know. You know what
Yeah.
I'm really not ready for? The worry. Because
Oh, God.
that's something my friends have
Oh,
said. They
God.
said, like,
Yeah.
this you'll love this more than you'll
Right.
ever love yourself. And you know, what my friends did say, like my best friend, his name is Karsten.
Okay.
He was so
That's a good
happy.
name.
He was emotional. I told him near Christmas, and he literally was emotional.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? This is actually a nice moment between
Mm-hmm.
two brothers, and he's my best friend. And then I realized that it wasn't that he was happy for me. It's misery loves company.
Mm-hmm.
And he was he was so happy
Yeah.
to laugh at me and to say, like, you better take as much sleep as you can, man. You better. And it was like all these horrible things. And I was like, but months ago when I was talking about trying to get pregnant, you were telling me it was all wonderful and stuff. And now you're scaring me.
Did he have the same reaction when you called him and said, Lasana and I are getting married? I'm going to be a married guy
Oh,
too.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, this friend is, you know what? Maybe he's not a best friend. No, he is.
Yeah, he's a horrible guy.
No, because he has, you know, he's always the guy that goes, are you ready, man? Because you know that, you know, our marriage, Casey and I's marriage is perfect, but, you know, not everyone is like us.
Right.
Yeah, he kind of does that thing.
Did you
know?
send him a picture of Lasana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He already, I mean, she was already, listen, I swear to you, it was 2 weeks that I was with her, and I think every person I knew in my life had already gone on the internet to look at her in lingerie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't do that
Oh, it would have turned me on.
today.
You know, the truth is, I started writing the song on the piano, and the first words that came out of my mouth when I was writing it were, I don't know why you thought that you could hold me when you couldn't get by yourself. And I was like, ooh, this is cool. This could be a really great concept. Because I'd, you know, kind of been writing these songs about romance and love, and I love you, my little stinky binky, and
Right.
you're my everything. You're my boo-boo-boo. And I thought, you know what, can't I just write a song and say, you know, you dumped me, and and you thought you would hurt me, but the truth is, life is so much better without you.
Yeah. You cut that part off in the edit I heard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought that was great. And you know what I even like more is that I know that people are going to be sitting in their cars from here to Australia, and they're going to hear this song, and a bunch of them are going to go, it's me.
Yeah.
That's me. That, I can't swear, can I?
No.
And
you do have a potty mouth too,
woman,
actually.
I have a huge
Yeah.
potty mouth. Right now, you don't even, could you see the concentration?
Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. Michael Buble's in the studio, 3-time Grammy winner, 30 million albums. He's concentrating not to swear.
It's actually 40 million.
Is it
albums.
40 million
You
albums?
just ripped 10 million albums
Oh my
off
God,
of me.
congratulations, dude.
I worked really hard for those.
Wait, do you actually know your count?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you have an app on your iPhone that ticks up?
Yeah, I wish. No, I just know because it went a few months ago. It went over 41 million.
Oh, it did? Okay.
It did,
All
yeah.
right.
So I was really, I mean, yeah.
This is kind of inspired by Michael Jackson, you said in an interview? A little MJ inspiration in this?
Which one?
This album? Do you have an influence of MJ in this?
No, it's not. It's not MJ. It's more about I just wanted to make an old school Phil Spector minus the crazy record.
Okay.
You know, like just that wall of sound, everything live.
Right.
Feels, except for the pop stuff, by the way, which is not live. I've got tunage on it and everything, but all the other songs, it's just an old school soul record. And I mean, that's about it. I think that, you know, you hope when you make a record like this that people, that the work will speak for itself. I know that might sound like a egotistical thing to say, but you really hope that, you know, you don't have to tell people it's great. You just hope it works and that people really love it. Because the truth is, when I hear artists like singers and actors come on to radio shows like this and tell people that their next movie or their next book or their next CD is the best one they've ever made, I never believe them. So actually, don't buy my stuff.
No, wait, you said that, though, in an interview recently.
Don't
you said
buy-
this is like your best album ever. I read that
But that's,
somewhere.
yes.
I did know. I totally did read that.
You know what I was going to say? Can't you just say to people, can I put it out there and say,
Yeah, good.
don't buy the record. Don't buy it. Honestly, go and stream a song and listen to it and
Right.
listen to the songs. And if you like
Right.
it, go and buy it.
Then
Don't
buy
just-
it then.
Yeah, then buy
Right.
it. Yeah. Don't buy it because, I mean, not like they're stupid and they would buy it because I said it was so good.
Right.
I will say this, though, that if you buy the record, you're actually helping the environment because...
Really?
Yes.
How's that work out?
For every record that you buy,
Yeah.
I will run my Hummer 5 minutes less.
Michael, thanks for coming in, man.
Luisana Lopelado, an Argentinian actress, began dating Buble, and the couple became engaged in November 2009. They were married in March of 2011 in Buenos Aires. They have one son, Noah Buble, who was born on August 27, 2013, in Vancouver, British Columbia. Since 2005, Buble has had dual citizenship in Italy and Canada. Buble has retained his love of hockey and is one of the Vancouver Canucks' most prominent celebrity supporters. Since December 2008, Buble is also co-owner of the Vancouver Giants. Buble donated money in February 2009 for the victims of the Black Saturday brush fires in Victoria, Australia, in a charity concert. In addition, Buble has about 14 charities that he regularly supports. But for a quirk of fate, the world may not have heard of Michael Buble. His music has touched many lives, as his numerous awards attest to. Continue to follow Buble, as he will continue to impact not only the music industry, but our lives with his unique sound.